Righto. Let's talk about the New Zealand Warriors New South Wales Cup and a little bit of Jersey Flegg. Just some updates on what has been happening recently. For those who don't know, the Warriors had a big win over the Eels in New South Wales Cup, full of players under 21 years old. Toby Crosby, 22 years old. So very young team that smoked the Eels in New South Wales Cup last week, and they also had a Jersey Flegg Cup win against the Eels as well, which was pretty impressive. This week they are playing against the Newcastle Knights in Newcastle. Both of those games are on Saturday. The first youngster I want to touch on is Kalis Fatialofa, who had his streak of 15 more than 15 games in a row playing 80 minutes broken against the Eels because he played 77 minutes. So he didn't get the 80-minute mark, but he has played 80 minutes in the majority of his 23 games in New South Wales Cup this season. He's still only 20 years old. This year he's got 14 tries, 12 line breaks, 12 offloads, 95% tackling, 92 meters per game, tackle breaks in all but 3 of his games this year, and he is a very good edge forward who might do a bit of the Eddie Aramia playing through the middle in the NRL and can also cover centre. So what's Kalis Fatialofa doing in New South Wales Cup as a 20-year-old? Playing 80 minutes as an edge forward for the best team in the competition. There has also been a settling down for Sio Kelly, the freaky outside back, who has been battling injury, but he has found a groove in New South Wales Cup this season. Unfortunately, Sio Kelly and Micaiah Tafua do not have New South Wales Cup profiles. So for whatever reason, they're not cool enough to have player profiles via New South Wales Rugby League. But Sio Kelly has found consistency on the wing for the Warriors in New South Wales Cup. He's played 10 games this year. He's scored 11 tries. He's still under 21 eligible, and he played 7 games last year. The funky development for Sio Kelly, Point Chevalier Jr. coming out of Auckland, St. Paul's College, Kalis Fatialofa via De La Salle College, Otara Manurewa, is that Sio Kelly's playing on the wing for most of the season. And that is pretty interesting because I think his best position is going to be centre, but his opportunity for NRL game time is going to come on the wing, considering the amount of centres the Warriors have available in the NRL mixer: Rocket Berry, Adam Pompey, Ali Leotawa primarily, and then you've got Sio Kelly offering depth as a winger. And with Ed Kosi going to the Rabbitohs next season, I'm viewing Sio Kelly as a chance to be the backup winger behind Tuivasa Sheck and Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. Of course, the Warriors did sign Hazen Mellars from the Rabbitohs, but he's got to be better than Sio Kelly, and Sio Kelly's awesome. So it's been really good to see Sio Kelly just play lots of New South Wales Cup footy as a winger, and he has shown his class. Very freaky, funky runner of the footy. He's quick, he's got good balance, good footwork, obviously strong, and him and Leka Halasima are like the freakiest talents at the Warriors. Whereas Eddie Aramia, Tanastawa Smith, Kalis Fatialofa, they're more just their class and their talent is evident in how easily they just do the job against men as youngsters. We've also had Luke Hansen come back into the halves and to join Jet Cleary. So the game against the Eels, Caleb Lehman was listed in the halves, but it looked a lot like Luke Hansen, and he showed his talent. And this New South Wales Cup team, they've been winning a lot of games this season with 2 under-21 halves, Jet Cleary and Luke Hansen, for most of the season. they're very different, so it's hard to rank them. I like Luke Hanson based on New South Wales Cup game time. He's ahead of Jet Cleary because he was playing New South Wales Cup last year, but he's more of a running number 6, and Jet Cleary is more of a halfback who has skills that go beyond organisation. Like Jet Cleary is just a natural kind of footy player, offloads, running game, tackle busting, very similar to Jack Thompson, under 19 half, who was playing Jersey Flegg Cup. Luke Hanson, he's quicker. He's more of a runner. And he, based on New South Wales Cup selection, he is ahead of Jet Cleary in the depth chart. So watch out for Luke Hanson. Of course, the Warriors signed Jai Linane from the Knights. And any of these players might leave the Warriors this season, but is Jai Linane better than Luke Hanson? Is Jai Linane better than Jet Cleary? He may be, but he's got to compete with them to get the game time. And with Tana Boyd playing NRL, Tamata Martin playing NRL, Luke Metcalf out injured, Chanel Harris-Tavita playing NRL, I think we're going to see Jet Cleary and Luke Hanson as the halves combination for the Warriors in the finals, assuming it was Luke Hanson playing on the weekend. Two of my favourite players in the New South Wales Cup team are Jason Salalilo and Toby Crosby coming off the bench. What is interesting here is that Harry Durbin and Rodney Tuipulotu-Vea, whenever they play New South Wales Cup, they're starting as middle forwards, prop and lock. Harry Durbin from Rotorua, he's started in 7 of his 9 games this season in New South Wales Cup. Rodney Tuipulotu has started all 6 of his games in New South Wales Cup this season. When they're not playing New South Wales Cup, they're playing under 21's Jersey Flegg. But when they're playing New South Wales Cup, they're starting. Durbin, Tuipulotu-Vea and Jason Salalilo, they're all eligible for under 21s. But Jason Salalilo has played New South Wales Cup all season coming off the bench. He's played 40 plus minutes in 4 of his last 5 games. And then Toby Crosby, who's 22 years old, he's played 30 plus minutes in his last 6 games. So I still think Salalilo and Toby Crosby are ranked higher as up and coming middle forwards for the Warriors. But whenever they do play New South Wales Cup, Durbin and Tuipulotu-Vea, they start. And it's a weird little wrinkle in the Warriors system. Who knows why, but I still think if I'm ranking this, Salalilo, Crosby, Durbin, Tuipulotu-Vea. Crosby's from Greytown, Tuipulotu-Vea's from Auckland, Durbin's from Rotorua, I think, and Jason Salalilo's from Christchurch. So is Makai Tafua. Makai Tafua, very good young dummy half for the Warriors. He has played 30 games of New South Wales Cup while still being under 21 eligible and 18 games as a starting hooker. Against the Eels last week, Jacob Auloa came back into the mix. And he's another under 21 hooker who is from Auckland. I think he came through St. Paul's College as well. He played 50 minutes against the Eels and Makai Tafua played 67 minutes. So they're both hookers, but their game time suggests that one of them's playing as a small forward, as a middle forward, and so you've got that thread of small forwards throughout the whole Warriors system. Aaron Clark at the NRL level. Kailani Going is in that small forward role, also covering edge forward. You've got Makai Tafua, you've got Jacob Auloa, you've got Etuati Fukafuka, who is a hooker small forward, and you've also got Paia Sukavea, who is an under 21, under 19 forward, who is playing under 21s, and he is a very good, very mobile, powerful small forward who is pretty similar to Aaron Clark, come to think of it. Auloa isn't named this week, so we'll wait and see what happens there. Makai Tafua is named on the bench to play the Eels. And then in under 21s, we've got Fukafuka, starting hooker, and Jericho Felipe Talasau coming off the bench. Right there, you've got 4 really good dummy half, small forward players. Because Felipe Talasau, he's a Manurewa junior from Auckland. He's also had game time as a small forward this year in the under 21s team. Those 4 hookers are behind Sam Healy in the dummy half depth chart. But it's been really positive to see Auloa come back, and hopefully he can play some more New South Wales Cup this year. But Makaia Tafu is the dude here. He is rough, he's ruthless, he's rugged, and he's a crafty dummy half as well. In the under-21 team, it's been good to see Motu Pasikala settle down at centre. So he's been playing centre for the Jersey Flegg team with Kalis Putoko at the other centre, which has, well, that has impacted, or maybe Patrick Moimoi moving to edge forward has opened up one of those centre spots. But Patrick Moimoi was initially a centre in the Warriors system. Now he's an edge forward, and that is an interesting development. Very powerful, very physical, and he's played edge forward for the under-21s as well as the New South Wales Cup team. This week we've got Talon Egan at fullback, which means a little rest maybe for Joseph Ratcliffe, he was in the under-19 team earlier this year, coming out of Palmerston North. Very good fullback, but now we've got Talon Egan in that position, as well as Ratcliffe, who was an under-19 fullback. The halves combination for the under-21s team, Maui Winitana Patalasea from Wellington and the Aussie Jack Thompson, they've been pretty settled as the halves combination for the under-21s. I mentioned Paya Sikuvea, and there also is Desmond Laban, who is the younger brother of Jacob Laban out of Wellington. He was in the under-17s team last year, and now he's playing under-21, so watch out for him. And there's a few other under-19s who have been getting game time in the under-21 team, and also got to shout out Brandon Norris, who very impressive Aussie outside back who has covered centre, he's covered wing. He's got a bit of speed, he's got a bit of zip, so watch out for him, especially this summer, because I think he's probably highly likely to stay with the Warriors, considering he moved from, I think he's from Darwin up north in Australia. He's moved to Auckland. He's embedded himself in the Warriors system, so I think he's highly likely to stay with the Warriors next season. And he's got a bit of zip. He's got something about him that the Warriors probably need in their outside back depth. Speaking of outside backs, going back to Seo Kelly, the rise of Seo Kelly as a winger for the New South Wales Cup team has bumped Dayon Amatuanai out of the New South Wales Cup team. So I'm not sure about the status of Amatuanai, but I still think he's got NRL potential as a winger. And it's important to note that Moala Graham Taufa and Ed Kossi are off to the Rabbitohs next season. They're a centre winger combination in New South Wales Cup right now. Morgan Harper probably doesn't have a long-term future with the Warriors. Good New South Wales Cup servant, so that's good for him. But there's going to be positions up for grabs in that New South Wales Cup team next year, and that's probably where you're going to see the promotion of Motu Pasikala, Brandon Norris, and Kalis Putoko. Most notably, those dudes stand out. So shout out to you. Enjoy the Warriors footy this week, and of course all the Aotearoa Rugby League stuff going on. Big up, cheer. Cowabunga.